favorite Pokemon shapes.
Quality speaks.
Created for young readers.
Go whenever.
Welcome to the Broccoli and Tomato Cast. This is your place for all your news, reviews for video games, movies, comics, and other things pop culture. I'm one of your hosts, Tomato, and I'm here with my co-host, Broccoli.
Yo, what's going on?
How's it going, man?
I've seen better days.
Yeah.
But right now we're chilling, catching up again.
Yes,
Getting
sir.
on the old grind. So
And we're moving into holiday season, so hopefully things start to get a little bit better.
always do. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm
Right
sure
now,
I'm just being dramatic. Like normal.
Yeah. Right now, the light at the end of my tunnel is Thanksgiving dinner. That's all I'm thinking about right now.
Yeah. Have you figured out what you're doing for dinner yet? Or?
But yeah, we can cut this out if you want. But yeah, Sarah's mom is gonna have everyone over, and we already talked to her about you coming over if you're down.
I got invited to go to my uncle's,
Okay.
so I'm gonna take that one this time because I think I'm going down to Florida for Christmas,
Yeah.
so I have to spread the wealth, I guess.
Yeah. Well, if that falls through with your uncle, you're more than welcome to come over with us.
Word.
So yeah, that should be good. Everyone get to see a little bit of family, so that's always the best part of the holidays for some people, I suppose.
Yes, sir.
Other people don't really like getting around there with their family.
Yeah. There's always a ticking time bomb waiting to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. So that should be fun. Yeah. Other than that, what you've been got going on? You've been playing anything recently? Watching anything cool? I know you've been working a lot.
Yeah, I've been playing some COD when I can. Outside of that, I haven't really been doing too much. I've been working, just like you said. I landed this new job, this kitchen job, and it's been a little taxing. Kind of getting back into the swing since everything with my back and doing all that, but it's been good for the most part.
Yeah, what a way to not ease back into the whole working grind.
Yeah, I know.
Jump into one of the most like crazy jobs that you can have.
Yeah, sounds about right? So I just, I got tired of bullshitting around and I got back into my profession and, it's been good. I mean, while being there, it has been good. It's been a little bit of an adjustment getting back into the swing of things, but
Yeah.
working a primarily night shift kind of helps with that. So I still get my mornings to kind of get my shit together. So
Yeah, man, you're good at something, you might as well do it,
Yeah. Apparently I'm falling apart because of it right now, but we'll see how that goes.
Fuck it. Yeah. So you've been playing some of the Call of Duty Zombies too, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played.
Go ahead.
I was just saying I haven't played anything but the multiplayer so far, so I was curious to hear what you had to say about Zombies. I've heard a lot of people saying it's pretty awesome.
It makes me feel kind of dumb. It's so much more involved now. I haven't played Zombies in a good amount of time. When I went into the first game kind of confident, no confidence left after that first game. I mean, it's awesome. It's really fun. It's a lot more intricate. You're not just like stuck in a room anymore with a box and just killing hordes. Like there's whole town maps and stuff, and there's Easter eggs everywhere, and you can do certain things, and there's different level of zombies now and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot.
Yeah, I have. I haven't really. The last time I really put a lot of time into a zombies mode in Call of Duty was the first one in World at War.
Yeah,
like I've played a couple minutes here and there over the years with other zombies, just like people wanting to show me it, but I haven't really put a lot of time in any of it except for the first one. So it's probably like a whole new fucking world for me if I was gonna hop in that.
Yeah, it has its own like player lobby now, so like you can customize loadouts and drop in with guns, and you can modify the guns really heavily and boost them. Like the one guy I was playing with, he got the shotgun like completely fully loaded, like maxed out craziness, and he just dropped it, and I picked it up, and it had all the perks that he already put on it. So it just like instantly leveled me up into Super Saiyan, and I was able to just like clear. It was crazy. It's just a lot more team oriented, I guess, and there's a lot more like going on in the background because you have to do like special levels and special events within the game and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
it's pretty sweet. It's fun.
That's awesome.
It's definitely a time sink for sure.
I saw a clip. There's like Cthulhu bosses at the end and shit. Like it looks insane.
Yeah, the wave got so crazy at one point when we were doing one of these things where we were all just running around in a circle taking pop shots at zombies while dying, and then someone reviving you as you're going around in the circle and just doing that for literally 3 minutes. It was pretty intense.
Yeah, I definitely have to try it out. I heard that the campaign this year is like one of the best campaigns in a really long time. Yeah, like really good.
Okay. Typically just skip the campaign, but if it's getting a lot of good remarks.
Yeah, well, normally I do too, but I think they did something a little bit different this year. I think Treyarch worked on the multiplayer stuff, and then Raven Studios did the campaign. So there wasn't like one studio trying to do everything like they normally do.
Oh, word.
So yeah, definitely want to get into that for sure. I just haven't had a lot of time. Basically, I gave my Xbox to my wife because she's been wanting to play Hogwarts Legacy again. And like she has a Xbox One S, and it's been like shit in the bed. And like we play a lot of Fortnite, and it runs like shit on her Xbox. So I was like, I've been mostly playing my PlayStation, so I was like, fuck it, I'll just give her the Xbox, put it in the living room. She can use that for her main console, and then that's what I have Call of Duty on. So like I just, when I'm hanging out in the living room is when I've been playing mostly here and there.
I've been enjoying it. I mean, I think the multiplayer's been the best it's been in a while.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the movement, it's just a little bit different, but like you can like sprint in any direction, dive in any direction, and like it feels really good.
It's smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely thought all that omni movement stuff was going to get real choppy, but it didn't, and it feels good.
Yeah, like I didn't have any like I didn't think it was going to be bad or anything. I just felt like it would have been, especially for someone that's playing Call of Duty for years, a lot to adapt to.
Yeah,
but it didn't take me very long to get used to it.
Yeah, no.
So for these young bucks out there doing some crazy fucking
Dolphin Squad
Matrix
is
shit.
Live. I gotta train myself on the Dolphin Squad. All these motherfuckers. I was in a Nuketown, the whole team just dolphin diving everywhere, and it was just it just hurts. I don't know, my dumb old brain now.
Yeah,
I just can't register it half the time. Well, we'll get there.
Yeah, it's just nice to have. I've talked about before on the podcast. It's just one of those games that if I don't know what else to do or feel like playing anything else, I just throw on Call of Duty and it's chill. So
yeah,
it's been hitting the spot.
Yeah,
this holiday season for me for sure.
I agree.
Yeah,
it's a good trade off. We've had a lot of crappers, but I'm glad Call of Duty has come back.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to. I haven't played with anyone yet, really, so far. So I'm looking forward to playing with a crew.
Yeah, I got some buddies at work now. They all play pretty consistently. I think the one guy is already second prestige.
Really?
Yeah, there's two guys that I work with that already have like dark matter camos and stuff, and so I was like, all right, well, that's all you guys now. I was like, I'll just hop in on the weekends. I'm not grinding 10-hour days anymore.
Yeah, it's just for fun these days. I'm trying to get Sarah to play a little bit because she's never been much of a Call of Duty girly, but I might be, with having split screen, I might be able to convince her to do a little bit.
Does it? It has co-op or couch co-op?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure every Call of Duty has.
I just assumed that just went away with everything.
Yeah, else. For most games, especially Halo, which pisses me off the most because that's a couch co-op game. But Call of Duty, as much as people talk shit on Call of Duty, they're pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Your features are usually there, and it always feels good, at least, you know?
Yeah. I don't seem to like take a lot of things away and then bring it back or like try to act like they're new things and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They always do seem to have some type of, forward progression with the games a little bit. Whether I disagree with it or not, like their whole wall jumping supers era and stuff, but it is what it is.
The wall running, jetpack boosting, that shit. I was starting to drop off of COD probably for a bit before that, but whenever they put that shit in, I was like, this is a young man's game.
It started giving Destiny vibes.
Yeah.
I was like, I was using abilities more than I was shooting. I just wasn't happy about that.
Yeah. I think they're kind of they knew that they needed to mix things up a little bit, but I don't think adding all that crazy shit was the way to do it. How they're doing it now with like the Omni movement and just making sure everything feels good, I think was the right route to go this time.
Yeah. Sometimes less is more.
Because Call of Duty is not sci-fi games. Right. Make a different franchise and put that shit into it. That's fine.
Yeah. It's always been pretty grounded, and modern, not to, make a pun there, but like that's the whole point of it, it's like like newer warfare sometimes, a little bit futuristic, but not all that. We don't spacemen shooting each other.
Right. Yeah. Other than that, I've been still playing some Star Wars Outlaws. I'm just kind of taking my time with it. That way I don't get burnt out. I'm still enjoying it. I've been mainly taking a break from the main story and just doing like a lot of the side stuff lately. Like over the weekend, I played a little bit, and there was like a whole side quest where I had to go out into the desert and find a dead sarlacc pit.
Oh, okay.
Because I found a Jawa that was going to put a turret onto my spaceship, but they're like, "Oh, well, we need you to go get the sarlacc tooth from its second mouth." And they're like, "Well, can I just pay you?" And they're like, "Why would we pay you when we can eat sand for free?" I'm like, "Okay, fair enough."
Okay.
So like, yeah, so I had to find this thing, crawled into a sarlacc's mouth. It was pretty, like the side quests are pretty cool. Yeah, just been doing a lot of exploring, just getting up abilities and sneaking into bases, getting challenges done. Because you unlock a lot of abilities. Like you find these NPCs and they'll have a bunch of ability upgrades that you can get, but you have to do like different challenges. So like doing challenges incorporating to getting better, like getting better and different stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
Do you get gated at all? Like, say you're just running all these side quests. Like, does it get to a point where it doesn't let you like use something you may like earn or anything so far?
So I wouldn't say this game is like a Metroidvania, but it does like there's a couple side quests or like areas to explore that I can't get to yet because I don't have a plasma cutter. You need a plasma. You have to advance in the story to get this in order to do certain things, which is pretty cool. It's just I gotta kind of remember it, like all the different things that I have to go back to that I couldn't.
It reminds you that the story's still there.
Yeah, but I'm still having a lot of fun with it. I didn't realize I would, or if I would have played it sooner for the spooky season. But the Dead Space remake was part of the PS Plus free games last month. So I've been playing that. Dude, it's so good.
I refuse. I watched gameplay of it, and I'm like, there ain't no way.
So I've beat the original. I beat the second one. I don't think I ever beat 3 because I was playing that with co-op with a buddy, and like we kind of had a falling out. So we never finished it. But I love the Dead Space series, and the original is one of my favorites. And they did a really good job, dude.
Yeah. I played the original. That's why I refused to play the remake because I know what's in it.
Yeah. I'm not like super far into it yet, but I have a few hours into it, and it's just as creepy as ever. Yeah. It looks great, feels great. It feels like the same game, but I know they changed a lot.
Yeah. There's things they definitely added. And all the creepy crawlers are just way worse. It's just terrible. Yeah,
like the story is the same, but like how things happen is a little bit like the opening where you first find the creatures and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, it's awesome. It's not as bad. Me and Sarah are still working through Silent Hill 2, but it's not as, I think like space alien monsters are not on the same scale of like psychological hell demons. Like Silent Hill. So I've been playing 100%. That by myself and it hasn't been so bad.
How far in Silent Hill have you gotten?
I would say we might be, we've been slacking because we've been busy. Because I don't want to, we only play it with each other. I don't play it without her. So like finding time to both sit down and been a little bit of a struggle, but we've been really meaning to get back into it. But yeah, that's been pretty good. Any other game I've been playing, Sarah's been really wanting me to try out Hogwarts Legacy. She's doing the second playthrough.
Hogwarts too.
I've really enjoyed what I've played so far.
It looks fun. Like, it actually does look fun. And when you get like in the later levels and you get all the like, you know, not secret attacks, but like the big heavies and all the stuff in the lore that you can't use and stuff.
Yeah.
It looks really fun.
Yeah. I'm only a couple hours in, like just basically long enough to get the gist of what's going on with the story. Got the Hogwarts, picked my house, started doing some quests and exploring Hogwarts and stuff like that.
Do you get a choice in the Sorting Hat? Like, can you deny the pick that it takes?
Yeah.
And choose? Oh, okay.
Well, it does a thing where it like asks you questions, and depending on what you answer, it picks a house for you. Okay. But if you really don't want that house, you can pick the one that you want. But I just went with the one that picked for me, which was Hufflepuff, which makes sense.
Fucking Hufflepuff.
Yeah. So that's been pretty cool. Do you want to throw it out there that I know the elephant in the room? Like, I know a lot of people are down on the Harry Potter. I just want to be clear that I do not support J.K. Rowling herself or her anti-trans bullshit. It's just a really fun game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've had a lot of people on all sides of the spectrum tell me how fun the game is. So I'm definitely going to be hopping in that at some point.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, WB's really happy with how well that it did, and they're fast tracking the Hogwarts too. Like like their big goals right now is Hogwarts 2, a new Batman game, and I forget what else, but they're really like because they've been struggling a lot between like just Suicide Squad and different shit like that hasn't been doing very well. So they're hurting recently.
And with the new Batman game, is that the Arkham like VR or is that something new?
This is like they're talking about like another actual mainline Arkham.
Oh, like straight
yeah.
shit. Okay.
I think people, and I think a lot of companies are learning the lessons of WB because they went into it real hard with the like between Suicide Squad and Avengers, like the whole games of service co-op experience is not.
Yeah. And that's saying something because I would 100% play the Avengers game over Suicide Squad. Like that Suicide Squad game just looks.
I've been considering playing through Avengers just the story mode because I did because it was on Game Pass at one point. I played the opening and the story mode seemed cool.
It's just
I don't even know if you could still play it.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. It's just I don't know. It's just how it feels. It's just kind of weird. It's just kind of wonky. It's just like a. Did you ever play Warframe?
A little bit.
Like if you remember the combat and that, and just how it like looked UI wise and stuff, that's pretty much, in my opinion, is how it felt. It just had like an Avengers skin over top of Warframe.
Mm-hmm.
It was built the same way. So like all the gear has like multiple resistances and this and that, and you have to like equip into your skills and all that kind of stuff to make them harder.
Yeah, if I get to it, it won't be anytime soon. I have plenty of other games on my to do, but especially like Spider-Man 2 and the Guardians of the Galaxy Marvel games, like they're way better. Those are definitely higher up on the list.
Oh yeah, I still need to play through Guardians also.
Yeah, I forgot it was free on like Epic or something. A month or two ago, I completely forgot to tell you about it. Or it was like Amazon or something like that.
I'm not gonna lie, I think I have it somewhere on one of my launchers. I'm pretty sure. I think they did that before.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically all I've been doing with games. I have been catching up on my Gundam watch through.
Oh yeah.
So if I'm finished with the first, so I did Origins. And then my plan was the Origins and then watch the original series. Instead of doing the full series, I'm doing the 3 where they turned into 3 movies, which I heard is the best way.
Yeah.
Kind of go
it's
through.
Definitely way more streamlined.
Yeah.
It's good.
I finished the first one and I'm started the second of the 3. I haven't decided yet if I just want to watch through all 3 or try to fit that new series that's going on and 8th MS team in there somewhere. Or just watch through the 3 and then watch those 2. I haven't decided yet.
I mean, just to keep it together, I'd probably just watch through the 3 movies first, and then just go into the other stuff. Might as well just get that all done, and then because the Requiem for Vengeance doesn't really necessarily matter. You know what I mean? Like you don't really have to place that necessarily anywhere before anything. It's kind of just like on the other perspective, and it's not even dealing with the main, pro tag.
Yeah,
kind of, sort of. So it's like, you don't have to force it anywhere.
Yeah, it's just funny seeing. Not that it isn't anymore, or just it's just Gundam is very anti-war as much as it involves war. Like the last one I watched, like the main character finally finds his mom. And she's like a nurse. I don't know if she's like a nurse, but she's helping injured people. And Zeon comes and he kills them, because if they found out that he was there, and if he didn't kill him, they would have all this trouble started. And she like freaks out on him for killing a soldier. And like gave him all this shit. It's like, what do you expect them to do? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's because you're getting it from a POV of like a medic. Medics are trained to save people. Even in a time of war, they touch on that exact situation in Requiem as well.
And I think it's really cool how they're like considering the mental toll that it's taking on some of these characters. Yeah. Like he like starts killing people, and it's like sinking in that he's taking lives, and it's really affecting him a lot. It's like same vibes as like Evangelion. Right. But Evangelion's much more like it dives into the mental aspects of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's why I've always like the early stages of Gundam. I mean, they always touch on that kind of stuff, but like the older stuff specifically. It's one of the reasons I like, Gundam Wing, outside of the fact that, we grew up with it, but Christ, the kids that control the Gundams try to kill themselves as much as they try to kill others. Half of them don't even want to fight, and they just blow themselves up, just to be martyrs of peace. So I do like the anti-war, kind of underlying trope that they keep with everything.
Yeah.
Because that's
It's
the constant battle between the bad guys and the good guys. Because you see it from the different POVs
yeah,
and how everyone's trying to save somebody, but who's just doing it morally right is the question.
yeah, and it's really cool watching it how I've been doing it, going from Origin where it's basically about him trying to get revenge, and he doesn't
Right.
give a shit about killing anyone and like all this stuff. Then you go in the original Gundam series, and it's very anti-war and mental health
Right.
and
Right.
doing the right thing. You know,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
pretty cool.
It's definitely been things that kept me involved. I mean, I love Gundam.
Yeah,
You don't hear a lot of people talk about Gundam anymore, but
yeah. I think it have its time to come back. I feel like if they ever get that live action Gundam movie off the ground, which I think that changed directors again, but if that's good, then I think that probably will pull a lot more interest.
yeah, I think they need to pull a Dragon Ball and just kind of not reboot, but refresh some of the older stuff. Kind of bring it back a little bit. Do more like 8th MS or stuff like that.
Yeah,
Kind of reground the series for a little bit before you just go crazy back in the space.
yeah. It's wild that like, and then it falls in the same category as Godzilla. Like Gundam is huge around the world, especially same with Godzilla. But like
Right.
in the West, in the US, it's nowhere near. I mean, it probably was bigger back in the day,
Right.
but it's nowhere near how it is in Japan and like even Europe and other Asian countries. Like it's
Yeah.
it's massive.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things like everyone's like, yeah, I remember Gundam, but it's just never at the top.
Yeah.
Everyone watches it, but no one talks about it.
Especially with like how mainstream anime and shit is nowadays. Like
Yeah.
you'd think
Giant
Oh.
mech space fighters, for global domination efforts would be a hot topic. I mean, they are in their anniversary. They have G Gundam coming back. There's a new Destiny Seed movie coming, I believe, to
Mhm.
Netflix or Hulu. They do have stuff cooking in the works, but hopefully maybe that gives them a little renaissance.
yeah. As
Which
long
will
as
be
they-
nice because G Gundam is a little bit more grounded too. I know it's
Yeah.
out of canon, so it is what it is, but it will be nice to come back to form a little bit to like the older series and kind of give back, not giant rockets. Like there's a lot of melee combat and stuff like that between the Gundams. So
Yeah.
Christ, the American one is a literal boxer. He has giant mitts on his hands.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah. But yeah, definitely just slowly working my way through that still. We haven't really been watching a ton of movies, but I wanted to mention this because Ian talked about it on the episode that he was a guest on, Strange Darling.
How was it?
Really good. It was like essentially, did you ever watch Christopher Nolan's Memento? How like it goes backwards?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but it's not like from the end to the beginning. It like starts here, jumps back, and then goes a little bit further and then jumps to the next. Like it's kind of progressing in a certain order back and forth where it kind of slowly. So like the way it starts, you think it's like one thing, and then it like your stereotypical like guy trying to hunting someone down, and then jumps back and you find more and more, and you kind of find out that things aren't exactly how it's portrayed when it starts. It's really I don't want to talk about it too much because the twist is really cool.
Right.
But I definitely recommend it. I wouldn't say it's a straight up horror movie, but it's very like thriller,
suspense thriller
with horror vibes to it. Yeah.
Where'd you watch it?
We rented it. I think it might be on a streaming service now. I'm not sure. Let me see here. Let me pull up a synopsis. Nothing is what it seems when a twisted one-night stand spirals into a serial killer's vicious murder spree. That's all I'll say about it, because it is one of those movies that you kind of have to go into it not knowing much. As much as I don't know if this is one of those movies that I'd watch more than once, just because like the twist is what makes it. So like you already know what's happening. So who else is in it? Starring you see here, Willa Fitzgerald, which she's in like a bunch of different things.
Oh yeah.
And Stephen Gallner. He's been in different things over the years too. I really like him as an actor.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Dinner in America is another recent thing that he's been in that people really like. But I thought they both, because it's mostly just them in the whole movie, and they both hold it down pretty well. There's a couple other actors that are in it. Without spoiler, I won't go into spoilers about with them. But yeah, it's basically just them two holding the thing down the whole time. But I really, really enjoyed it.
Sweet. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. And then the other thing I did want to mention.
I finally got around to watching a Quiet Place series.
Those
are
really
pretty good. Yeah.
Which ones did you watch?
It was A Quiet Place, A Quiet Place 2, and the other one.
You watched all three?
Yeah. They were pretty good. I went into them kind of thinking they were going to be dumb. That's why I never really watched them. They were pretty good.
They're really good.
Yeah, I like the aspect of just like any fucking thing, and they're just there. That was pretty terrifying. It was good. The whole scene with them being like underground in that bunker and stuff, and like trying to keep. It was tense.
It was a twit because you can't make any fucking sounds. Like almost the whole movies are silent the whole time, which acting without any dialogue is hard. All three of these movies were that, and I think it made it way more intense.
I always hate the trope because they always do it in zombie movies too. But they had a baby at one point, and I was just like, they had like the gas mask and like the little coffin set up for the baby and stuff at times to keep it quiet and shit.
Yeah,
it's like, man, how could you have a baby in a situation like
that? Like exactly.
My God,
especially after them already losing one kid, just take care of the ones that you have. Don't make it harder for yourselves.
Let some time go by, man. Like, come on, like, please, like, let the alien death machines fucking disappear first.
Yeah, I was really worried about the third one, the prequel in New York, because I'm like, is this really needed?
Right.
When they start doing prequels for shit like this, and it starts going downhill,
it's a little forced. Yeah.
Also, really fucking good.
Yeah, it was pretty.
It was really good. And the actors it was Quiet Place Day One. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah, Day One.
Yeah, dude from Stranger Things, and I'm so bad at remembering some of these names. It's not out of disrespect, but both of these actors.
I'd forget my own name if I didn't have to say it every day, dude.
See here.
I've become a big Krasinski fan over the years. That was one of the reasons why I got into it too.
Yeah, Joseph Quinn from Stranger Things, and Lupita Nyong'o, which I'm probably butchering that, and I'm slightly stupid. So apologies, it's not out of disrespect, but they both crushed it.
Oh yeah,
I thought they were both really good.
So I just wanted to at least mention that one,
because
I went from 0 to 100 on the list for those movies. Definitely good.
Oh yeah. Like the second one was great. Like not all three of them were awesome. Like none of them. I hope they don't start overdoing it.
Yeah,
there's apparently like a game coming out too. Like it's a first-person horror game.
That's I think it's out. Yeah, I think I saw gameplay of that actually.
I haven't heard whether that's good or not though.
Yeah, well, I'm sure if it's just like any of the other games that I've seen gameplay of that are like mic volume, specific or something like that, they're typically pretty good. So another genre of horror games that I'm not looking forward to getting into. Mike, mute. You're muted.
Yeah, some of these first-person ones are pretty. I don't know. I can't do a lot of them.
Like there's one that I was watching. I forget what the name is, but you essentially are running through a forest just aimlessly trying to figure out where like certain things are. And as it gets darker, the more noise you make, it just like attracts paranormal things, and you only have so much like you can deal with, and it's pretty intense. I don't think I could do that.
I played one like that was called The Forest.
That might be what it was.
Yeah.
Did it look like kind of hyper realistic at first, and then it like gets really dark and shit really just pops off?
I think you might be talking about a different one, but this one, like the first one at least, you're like on an airplane that crashes on this island, and like all these like cannibal monster guys are like,
yeah.
I
know which one you're talking about. I've seen group play of that.
Yeah,
you can go into like the big caves and all that kind of stuff underground, and there's like campsites with cannibals, and
this one's like more of like a survival horror where you're building your camp and stuff like that. But the only thing I wanted to cover, I have been reading some comics, and I finally finished Ultra Mega by James Herron. He writes and draws. I wouldn't say it's a straight up Ultraman ripoff, but it's very much like guy from space picks a guy, gives him these powers. He has to fight the kaiju.
Right.
I don't want to talk too much about it because there is a bunch of twists and there's like a time jump, but essentially it starts off like you would think of an Ultraman, and there's others to have the power too. And some crazy shit happens, and then it like time jumps into the future. But
okay.
After like this big event that happens, and it's basically it switches completely to a different character, and then there's like another big twist at the end. But like the art is amazing, the monsters are awesome, the whole lore behind everything is really sick. Like I'll just show you.
Yeah, the art's really clean.
Yeah, like
I'll
this
have
shit.
To borrow that from you.
Yeah, they're releasing. This came out a couple years ago. This, as thick as it is, this is only 4 issues because each issue is like pretty thick. It took like a couple year hiatus, and it's finally. I have they're doing 4 more, and I have the next 2 issues so far. There's only 2 more issues, so I'll have those to read too.
Oh yeah,
but I really, really enjoy it. If you're into kaiju and awesome art and
Dude, Ultraman's always been pretty
big
sick.
superheroes fighting kaiju and post-apocalyptic stuff, and you definitely be into it for sure.
Dude, I was introducing my boss at work to Guyver the other day, and I really wish that would come back.
Yeah, similar vein of that. You get your hero with a suit of some sort. I'll read the synopsis on the back. It says a cosmic plague has spread, transforming everyday people into violent, monstrous kaiju. So basically, that's not like kaiju showing up like at any moment. It's kind of like how the agents in the Matrix, you could just pop into someone's body.
Right.
At any time, but anyone could just straight up turn into a kaiju. And if the main character is nearby, he can't control it. He instantly transforms into the Ultra Mega, which is Ultraman, to fight.
Okay.
And then once the kaiju's dead, he turns back to normal.
Huh. Okay.
But the only the Ultra Mega, 3 individuals imbued with incredible powers, hold the line against the madness. And their battles level cities and leave untold horror in their wake. Now the final reckoning approaches for the Ultra Mega, but is this a war that they can even win? It says fight monsters and stand by humanity in this new Skybound original from the greatest artists of the generation, James Herron, and award-winning colorist Dave Stewart. He does a lot of Hellboy coloring, so his colors are awesome too. But yeah, Volume 1's the first 4 issues.
It looks sick.
So good. Before we move into any news, is there anything else that you wanted to bring up that's been going on?
No, not really. I'm a wet log this time around because I've just been so focused. I haven't really been doing too much. I've just been working and sleeping, really. I've just been, we tried to get together and that kind of fell apart. It's just been a little time crunch.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I've been watching a lot of stuff, but it just doesn't really, like, since I've been back in the kitchen, it's kind of drawing me back into my kitchen nightmare, rabbit holes and stuff. So I've just been watching a lot of Gordon Ramsay just shit on pretty much everyone he comes in contact with, stuff like that. I haven't really been on the train too much.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, so there's not really been a whole lot coming out, like a ton recently anyway. So I will throw it out before we move on. They put Transformers 1 on Paramount Plus.
Oh, nice.
So me, Finn, and Sarah, me and Finn really wanted her to see it. We watched it Saturday.
Yeah. What'd you think of it?
She really liked it. She's not like a Transformers person either, so she thought it was really good.
It was good.
Finn sat there and watched the whole thing again.
Nice.
Especially at home, he's not much of a watch movie from start to finish type of kid.
Yeah.
He watched the whole thing again, so that means he really liked it.
Has he chosen a side?
Bumblebee says side.
Bumblebee. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So.
I was always even though it fits the bill, I was always a Decepticon kid.
Yeah, Sarah's chose Megatron. She's like, I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of get it to a point, but like,
yeah, like I've always liked the Autobots, like the main crew, Optimus and the gang, but I've always been a Decepticon kid. I always bought like the bad guys and the toys and all that kind of stuff. Because they're always dinosaurs, or they're like cars, or like really cool like things,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and it's cool seeing, and this is why Gundam Origin was cool, seeing like Megatron's point of view of how he got to where he was at, because he wasn't always, but like he does kind of snap in this movie. Like, yeah, 100%, understandably how he got there is understandable, but how far he goes is what I don't agree with.
Right, yeah. You didn't have to become a full-fledged like villain and like try to take everything over.
Yeah, so. And I finally got to watch that scene that I missed when I took a Finn to the bathroom.
Okay.
Like the whole Starscream scene, that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was good. So we'll go ahead and move on to the news segment. We got a lot of news this time, so we'll kind of try to roll through things. But I did want to start off with something pretty awesome. Let me get it ready here. This is Predator related. So this is going to be from Deadline. Marvel Studios' Blade is removed from the 2025 release schedule, and Disney dates Predator Badlands instead. Though it comes with no surprise, Marvel Studios' Blade won't be coming out on November 7th of 2025. Rather, Disney is opening 20th Century Studios' Predator Badlands to be put in the theaters. Which, before I continue, that's no surprise. Blade's been kind of having a rocky start for a while now. They announced it, like 4 years ago at this point?
Yeah. Look, man, I love Blade. I'm at the point where, like, now that we've gotten Wesley Snipes, if it's not Wesley Snipes, I don't even really care. Unless they do something like Super Origin, he has to be like really young or something.
Yeah.
But like, man, like this movie has just been plagued after problem after problem. Shut it down, dude. Like just start over. Like, I mean, because it's gonna get to the point where it's gonna have a $500,000 budget. It's gonna blow at the box office, and then
I could totally see them pivot to something with Wesley Snipes again.
Yeah, or at least close the story out. I mean, how pivotal is Blade gonna be? Throughout the story. So I mean, do something with Wesley, one way or the other, or just move on.
Yeah, at least this bad news comes with some good news to go with it. Because the reboot of the famed Wesley Snipes Marvel movie was first announced at San Diego Comic-Con in 2019. So more than 4 years at this point, with the 2 times Oscar-winning Mahershala Ali starring, which I really like that actor. So if he still ends up being Blade, I'm totally happy with that because he's a really good actor.
Yeah.
But the production and development of Blade hit unavoidable delays between the global pandemic and the dual industry strikes, between the writer strikes and the actor strikes. I think that's just an excuse, to be honest, because everyone else has gone through it.
Yeah, dude. The whole world went through that. It's come on, like plenty of movies that come out through it and during it. So whatever, dude. That just sounds like they couldn't get on the same page with everything, and it just keeps falling through.
Well, I think part of it too, from what I hear, is Mahershala is like really serious about it, wants it to be done right. So that's probably him headbutting with the studio, and then Kevin Feige. They get into it a little bit in this article here. So I'll just. But the project saw 2 directors exit. That's probably the big problem. First, Bassam Tariq, who was eyeing a fall 2022 start, and then Yan Demange. Mia Goth is set to play supervillain Lilith in the Vampire Slayer movie, which I love Mia Goth. I hope whatever happens, I hope she stays with this. Yeah. She's like the biggest like scream queen in horror movies right now, so that was a good get.
That'd be awesome.
Something I wasn't expecting. But she told Deadline Natalie Sitek at the world premiere for A24 movie Maxine that in regards to the Blade delays, Marvel they really care, they really do, and they want to make a great movie, and that's the sense that I get from them, and that feels good. So that's nice to hear.
Yeah.
For Marvel boss Kevin Feige, it's important to make the best Blade movie ever. And the studio won't make the movie until they've cracked a great script. And in the meantime, Snipes has had a cameo as Blade in the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time, Marvel's Deadpool and Wolverine, which grossed $1.3 billion. This is probably an old article, so probably more than that, but that's a lot.
A little bit more. Yeah.
And the Blade movies are arguably the first R-rated superhero set of movies, and launched in 1998 by New Line Cinema. The other 2 titles in the trilogy were 2002's Blade 2 and 2004's Blade Trinity, and altogether grossing $418.1 million in the worldwide box office, unadjusted for inflation.
Yeah, in addition, if adjusted, would probably be closer to like the 700 mil.
Dude, I tell this to everyone, Blade is the reason we're at where we are with superhero movies.
Oh, 100%.
They cracked the code. Oh, yeah. You know it all.
Blade series was so sick. And just to ironically also have Reynolds involved since day one.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. And then a little extra piece of news that they kind of wedged in here. In addition, 3 untitled Marvel movies are dated for February 18th, 2028, May 5th, 2028, and November 10th, 2028. So find out what happens there. But the good news from all of this is Dan Trachtenberg, who directed the previous Predator movie Prey, which went to Hulu, is back for Predator Badlands, and the latest installment starring Eli Fanning, which I really like her. There was a debate that Disney left money on the table by taking Prey straight to homes, in which they put it on Hulu. And indeed, the reversal here indicates that their continuing commitment to theatrical in the post-Bob Chapek area of the studio. And the first Predator opened in the summer of 1987, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers, directed by John McTiernan. It grossed to close to 100 million worldwide. All in, the Predator franchise counts 6 titles. That's including two Alien versus Predators movies with a global take of 750 million. So
I'm ready for a Predator.
So yeah.
Also,
so
I saw something, I think it was yesterday, talking about Predator. Now, I don't think it said Badlands specifically, so it could be that other movie too, but apparently we're going to get like Predator POV. Like the main character is going to be the Predator. You're muted. You're muted. Muted. You're muted.
Yeah, I did read that too. That's Badlands.
It is Badlands. Okay.
The Predator and Eli Fanning are the main leads. From my understanding, they work together, and this is apparently also in the future, which I'm stoked about.
Yeah, that sounds sick, dude. I was so stoked. I was hoping that was going to be a real thing. That was going to go hard. People are going to. I can already see the backlash on it, but I want to see some Predator POV. That would be tough.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we haven't gotten it yet. I mean, that would be something new.
We kind of got it a little
Right.
bit in Alien vs. Predator.
Right.
We don't talk the first one, I believe. Remember, the main chick, like killed and helped them kill an alien. He's like, I respect you now.
Yeah, he made armor for her out of the alien, everything, dude.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That one,
but I do like that because
one's not bad.
No, it humanizes the Predator because they're not just like going to Earth. I mean, they are kind of going to planets to just fuck other species, but I mean, it's more boiled down than that. Like they have respect for the
honor,
for the hunt, and they have honor, of hunting, and it fits because we consider ourselves the alphas, in our circle of life. So I mean, it fits like Predator.
Mm-hmm. So I'll go ahead and jump into the next news thing because this is also Predator, and it does add a little bit more information to what we were just talking about. Go here. So this is going to be from IGN. A secret second Predator movie releasing before Badlands in 2025, both directed by Dan Trachtenberg. So this dude killed Prey so hard, they're like, do what the fuck you want. He's like, I'm going to do 2 Predator movies.
Yeah. God.
Yeah, so a second unannounced Predator movie is in the works for 2025 as well, with 20th Century Studios planning to release it sometime before Predator Badlands arriving in November. So hopefully it's not too long. We're going to get double the Predator in 2025. In a wide-ranging interview with The Hollywood Reporter packed with new info about its release slate, studio president Steve Asbell revealed that director Dan Trachtenberg directed a second Predator project that may be destined for a streaming release. So that's awesome. So when I whistle a little bit. Asked whether the next Predator movie would get a theatrical release, they were talking about Badlands. Asbell said yes and no, and then explained what he meant. Yes, a Predator movie will have a theatrical release. I'll tell you very simply, after Prey became a success, Dan Trachtenberg came back and said he didn't want to do Prey 2, and we were like, what do you want to do? And he rattled off a bunch of ideas that were really crazy but really cool, as Bell said. We've actually done two of them. Two are coming out next year. One I can't talk about yet, but the other one is a live action Predator film with Eli Fanning that just wrapped in New Zealand, and that'll be out theatrically sometime next year. So that's going to be Predator Badlands on November 7th. Asbell claims Badlands is an absolutely bonkers idea and a sci-fi thing, but it's not what everybody thinks it is. And for the second Predator movie, the studio has different plans for the project, but Asbell wouldn't say more, only that it would be out before Badlands. And Asbell's comments will leave fans with plenty of questions, like whether 20th Century Studios will ever make a sequel to Prey, which was critically lauded and a fan favorite. And he also leaves fans to wonder whether there will be another Alien vs. Predator movie, especially with the Alien franchise enjoying a renaissance in the wake of Romulus. And I'll add the upcoming Alien Earth, which they just recently dropped some screenshots of, which I forgot about or else I would have included in this.
How they look.
It wasn't anything crazy, but it looks, visually it looks cool.
Yeah, like set photos and stuff.
Yeah, and they go on the probably as well. So adding it wouldn't be in the way you think. That's the thing, not in the way that will just be called Alien vs. Predator or anything like the original movies. If we do this, they'll be organically created out of these two franchises that we've continued with characters that we fell in love with, and those characters will combine perhaps. But we haven't gotten to that point. We're not just going to bang it out. So that has me hyped. They're not just going to bust it basically what they're saying is when it's right and they do everything right, then they'll worry about doing an Alien vs. Predator, which I think is a great idea.
See, I feel like, and this is just me, but like when I hear it like naturally and like try to do it like organically, like it would be sick to get like, it's just a Predator movie, and it's just doing its thing and he's on the planet, they're doing whatever. And then all of a sudden they just get overrun out of a cave by, Xenos, and it just bangs off and it just turns into Aliens versus Predator.
Yeah, and like wouldn't be too hard, and they kind of touch on this a little bit. It's perfect mix. Like aliens are the ultimate predator, right. So of course that the predators themselves would want to hunt them because they're the ultimate. So it kind of works.
Plus, we gotta get back into all the hybrid shenanigans and all that kind of stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah, and they kind of talk a little, one way or another, 20th Century Studios is keeping busy. As Bill talked about plans for Alien Romulus sequel as well, which also, I went to the comic book store the other day. I got the first issue, but they are doing a Alien Romulus prequel comic series, like a mini series right now. I picked up the first issue. I haven't read it yet. Yeah. So
You'll have to keep me posted on that.
Yeah. So hopefully Aliens is doing great right now. Hopefully Aliens Earth is good. Predator's on the up and up as well. It's perfect. Has me so stoked.
Yeah, I always take me some more Predator. Predator's kind of like in a Gundam situation. Everyone knows it. Everyone watched it. But no one really talks about it. Aliens always gets the front row seat, I feel like.
Well, I think even Alien has been kind of like it's from the generation of us older heads. And I think that's probably why Gundam is. But like they haven't really done anything for the younger crowd in a long time, which it's going to be changing, obviously. But
yeah, just as long as we don't get more AVP situations, where high school kids just happen to survive an absolute onslaught, massive alien invasion.
Yeah,
because they're quirky and witty.
Yeah, that was weird.
But real quick, before you jump in the next topic, I have to run to the bathroom. Alrighty. Sorry about that.
All good.
Can do her. Yes, sir.
All right. Moving on to the next news item here. We got a little bit of video game news. This is also from IGN. Nintendo Switch 2 will officially be backwards compatible with original Switch games. I'm unbelievably stoked about this because I have a huge back catalog of Switch games, but also my Switch shorted out, so I can only play it in handheld mode. So I haven't been able to play anything on the TV. Like I've been wanting to play like Zelda. I got like a really sick Zelda Switch Pro controller that I can't really use because I can't hook it up to the TV. So it's been kind of dampening my Switch playing.
Is it the Switch itself that's shorted, or is it the actual dock? Do you know?
I've tested it with another dock. It's the Switch. Something shorted with one of my charging cables because I was using the MacBook one sometimes, and it shorted. Yeah. I think it's fried one of the chips, so like it allows it to work on the Switch, and it charges still, but it can't output video through the USB-C port.
Shit.
Yeah, which is really annoying. So I'm just stoked to know that I'll be able to continue to be playing the games I already have on new hardware, which is going to be pretty awesome.
Have they talked about a price point yet?
So they haven't really gone. This is all the information so far. They've announced that there's going to be a Switch successor. So basically, I'll just read the article here. Nintendo has confirmed that yet to be announced Switch 2 will be backwards compatible with the original Switch games and will feature Nintendo Switch Online. Nintendo president Shuntaro Furukawa has shared news during the company's corporate management policy briefing, revealing a bit more about the successor of the 2017's Nintendo Switch. Here, this is what he said himself, and this was just through a tweet. Nintendo just drops information whenever they feel like it, which is funny. But this is Furukawa. Nintendo wrote on their X/Twitter account, today's corporate management policy briefing, we announced the Nintendo Switch software will also be playable on the successor to Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch Online will be available on the successor to Nintendo Switch as well. Further information about the successor to Nintendo Switch, including its compatibility with Nintendo Switch, will be announced at a later date. We have a ton left to learn about this new Switch as we are still waiting for its actual announcement, which Nintendo has previously said will happen by the end of March of 2025.
Okay, so we got some time.
Yeah. I think basically is they don't want to screw up any of their sales for the Christmas season this year. Because they announced it now, people are going to be like, why should I buy a Switch right now, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
But I'm really stoked, especially with the Switch Online transferring to kind of like how with PSN, and Xbox Live accounts, the new consoles, everything just transfers over. So it's about time Nintendo's doing the same thing.
Yeah. They tend to gatekeep their games a little bit, especially the older titles.
Yeah, that's what makes people the most upset is a ton of great older games that are stuck on these older consoles, and they refuse. Like, they do remaster some and re-release some, but there's so many that are stuck that no one can even play anymore.
Like, I'm pretty sure, now, don't quote me on this, but the last time I was in Nintendo eStore, I still couldn't buy, like, the original Pokemon games and all that kind of stuff. I think, like, X and Y, maybe, were, like, the earliest you could get, I think.
There's nothing before Switch on the store. There is on the virtual console for Game Boy. I think one of the Pokemon Dungeon games are on there. That's it.
Yeah, they killed the e-store, right? That's not even a thing anymore.
Yeah, eShop's gone.
Yeah,
that
that's
they
right.
even completely you can't even buy stuff on it or re-download.
Oh wow.
But people have been hoping that they bring the Pokemon games to their virtual console because they have a bunch of Game Boy Advance games and Game Boy Color games and stuff on there now, but no Pokemon. But I think it would be
weird.
And rather than doing that, I hope they release like a box, like a collector's edition that has like all the old Pokemon games on like one cart. That would be like they did with the Final Fantasy collectors. You know, the way they released the first 6, the Pixel remasters.
That thing would be botted and upsold so quickly on the internet. It would be insane. That would be awesome, though. I would buy a Switch for that.
They need to do something because people are just emulating this shit now because they refuse
and they go,
to bring it forward.
They go around and shut everybody down.
Yeah.
It's like, well, do something with it. And people wouldn't do this.
Yeah, they actually just, I read it the other day. As a big website for emulation. Nintendo sued them and then just straight up bought the website. Like they own their website now. So it can't be used. It's so random. But they're like, you can't play these and we won't let you either. So fuck you. Okay, dude.
Yeah. It's weird. I don't understand it. And they see the price gouging that goes on with the physical copies of all the old games.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Like at least remaster them, bring them back. I mean, I know they did like a Fire Red and Leaf Green and all that kind of stuff, but it's in the same boat now. You can't play the remasters of the originals either. So like, what the hell? Unless you have them or you're willing to spend $100 for them.
Yeah,
that's just crazy.
That's wild.
I wonder if that's a Pokemon thing and not necessarily a Nintendo thing. At the end of the day,
dude, I guarantee it's a Nintendo. You don't think Game Freak would love to make fucking millions more dollars?
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. I didn't really think about it clearly on that one.
Yeah,
they've been printing out the same fucking cards for the past 10 years. And speaking of which, have you seen the release of TCG Pocket, the new Pokemon virtual dealie that they do now?
I have heard about it. Yeah, I haven't looked into it.
It's a fucking gotcha game. Like it's like people are spending money on packs. I think it was like $1 million in revenue, like on day one.
Yeah, I think someone did the math, and it take like something like 2 to 4 years to unlock everything without paying money, which
that's
is
insane.
Yeah, dude.
That's Star Wars Battlefront level, dude. Like that's crazy.
Yeah,
and it's crazy. I would see people posting on it about the Reddit, like their pulls and all this stuff, and they have like new card arts and this and that. And I'm like, but you're paying for it digitally, so it gives them no incentive to make it physical by any means, you know. So watch, I already see it actually. What they're gonna do is they'll do special sets now for the physical release, like how they did like the 151 and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be holiday releases, and it'll be like instead of Pokemon Go, it'll be the virtual TCG Pocket set, you know, and it'll have all your favorite cards from the virtual version now physical.
What has me pissed off, which I could be wrong, but I can only imagine because Nintendo, that they have the other game where you use the codes that come with the packs for the TCG game. You think they would have incorporated that somehow? So like all these fucking code cards that people, nope, it's just completely separate.
I mean, I'm gonna assume that it's completely separate. There's no way. I mean, I haven't bought cards in a while, so I don't know if they add anything for that, but I highly, highly doubt it. I bet it's its own separate entity.
Yeah,
because I think that whole situation's still active. I'm pretty sure. I don't think they shut any of that down.
Why would Nintendo do something that makes the fans happy? You know?
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
All right. Well, we'll keep it moving here. That's all video game news I had this time. Basically, everything else is going to be TV show and movie related. So we'll go ahead and start with this. Is going to be from Variety. Andor season 2 sets an April 25 premiere date on Disney Plus. Really stoked for this. I really enjoyed the first season. Go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing.
Yeah.
Andor was a nice, refreshing thing. And it also was one of those first moments we kind of got to not see lightsabers, Jedi, the Force.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we did to some extent, but like, you know, it wasn't the focus. And it actually did really well. So, I mean, it had high stakes behind it that we already knew about going into it. So I don't know if that, you know, affected it greatly since it was such a pivotal moment in the canon of Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And the ending was so good.
It was so good. The whole prison thing was perfect television.
Yeah.
And there's still, and this is bridging the gap between up to Rogue One, and there's where they're at now. There's plenty of story to tell. until we reach Rogue One. But yeah, Andor Season 2 has set its Disney Plus premiere date. The Star Wars series, which chronicles the events leading up to the 2016 feature film Rogue One, will return on April 22nd of 2025. The first season of the show, created and executive produced by Rogue One co-creator Tony Gilroy, takes place over the course of roughly a year in the life of the little title character Cassian Andor, played by Diego Luna, as he transforms from a small-time criminal to a man prepared to join the fight against the Galactic Empire as the vestiges of the Rebel Alliance begin to form. The 12-episode second season will take place over 4 years, split into 3-episode pods, which I'm assuming it's just basically 3 separate, like, different storylines.
Yeah, after reading it a couple times, yeah, that seems more valuable than what I originally thought.
So they'll probably do like time jumps between every 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Each pod covering a few consecutive days in each successive year before the events of Rogue One.
So it'll probably just be like very important moments in his life in those years, probably like leading up to him being like, fuck it.
Yeah, I think they probably opted to do this instead of planning out multiple seasons or just getting it all done in the second season. But if you know the ending, it really helps, Gilroy said while discussing season 2 at a Star Wars Celebration fan convention in London. We know exactly where we're going. You know what you have to deliver emotionally and what the story has to do. It's a decision born of survival, and it's good for us creatively. Andor received wide acclaim for exploring new facets of the Star Wars universe, delving into the lives of those people who had previously been overlooked throughout the franchise. Why is this jumping around? I wanted to do it with a real people, Gilroy said to Variety. They've made all this IP about the royal family in essence. It's been great, but there's billion other beings in the galaxy. There's plumbers, cosmeticians, journalists. What are their lives like? The revolution is affecting them just as much as everybody else. And why not use Star Wars canon as a host organism for the absolutely realistic, passionate, and dramatic storytelling? Along with Luna, the returning cast includes Stellan Skarsgård, Genevieve O'Reilly, Kyle Soler, Adria Arjona, Denise Go, Faye Marley, Marseille, and Verudu Sethu. So definitely going to be looking forward to that for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait. Such a great little part of the canon. I love it. We can keep revisiting the original series all we want.
Yeah, for sure.
Because there's a lot of room, 100% to build, even on that era. Because they only touch on so much in the original movies.
Yeah, it's going to be dope. So we got that, and then we got that Skeleton Crew coming out in December, so we won't have too much wait for some more Star Wars after that comes out.
Good old Space Goonies. Yep. And hopefully that leads us down a path to something completely new, too. Because there's a lot of speculation with the guy with them, so... Jude.
Yeah, and I'm stoked for, is it K2SO? Is that the droid in Rogue One?
I believe
the
so.
The Andor's droid? He's going to be in this season, so I'm looking forward to seeing him again.
Yes, let's go, dude. I love that the droids have become such like a pivotal part of the cast. They're not just R2-D2 beeping around. Even with R2-D2, he was, he's great. But like, I love that they have more like humanoid droids that have actual like personalities. Hell yeah.
I was just reading this actually, and the one story is literally R2-D2 on an X-wing. Gets into a spaceship, a space station, because C-3PO is kidnapped, and he's there to rescue him all by himself. So the whole thing that you were just saying, it's nice not saying. I just read it just happened in this story.
That's so funny. R2-D2 is definitely the most go hard astro droid that has ever been created.
Yeah, it's a really cool story though, because there's like blips of like text going through. They're like explaining about a droid, and like droids should never make a bond with another droid. If it does, wipe its memory. A droid cannot pilot a fighter. Right. All these things that R2-D2 is actually doing that he's not supposed to be able to do.
That's awesome. I love it.
Pretty funny. So moving on here, everything else is basic. Most of it is going to be MCU related. So we got a lot of MCU news going on. Starting with Disney Plus debuts a look ahead teaser for the upcoming Marvel Studios titles with a bunch of release date information. So let me go ahead and play this and we'll get into that a little bit. Full screen unavailable. Let's try this. Here we go. Cannot wait. I'm not sure if I'm sold on that yet.
No, dude.
Ironheart looks pretty
who's
sick,
ever
though.
accomplished anything
Red Hood.
iconic.
We'll have more on this later. Marvel Zombies is going to be so sick. Yes. I love him.
I know.
I'm so excited. Pretty much.
Yes.
Dude,
Now that's
the
a
lineup,
teaser, dude.
The lineup is so crazy, but I have to say, like, hands down, Daredevil is probably my most anticipated thing to come out by a long shot.
Mm-hmm.
I am so excited. I'm so happy to see Eyes of Wakanda's animated. Like, that's going to be really good. What If I've been following pretty tightly. That's been pretty fun.
I still need to finish last season.
It's just, I like the What Ifs. And I mean, they kind of feels like they use it as a little bit of an intro to things that are coming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know last season 2 of What If incorporated a Native American hero, which they actually just dropped her first comic recently. I picked it up at the comic shop the other day. Yeah.
Cool.
I was like, there was still a bunch of number ones left, and I looked it up. It's their first appearance in comics, so I had to scoop it. So
I'll have to pick that up.
Yeah. But yeah, that was quite the teaser. So to celebrate Marvel Television's Agatha All Along finale, Disney Plus unveiled an eye-popping look-ahead teaser that revealed upcoming 2024 to 2025 Marvel Studios titles that will launch exclusively on the streamer in the months ahead. So there's a bunch of information to go along with this. So first up, this is a little bit old. They were talking about bringing Deadpool and Wolverine. That just this past week they finally put that on the Disney Plus.
Yep.
So that I'm holding off. I want to pick up the 4K Blu-ray of it and watch it that way. So I'm kind of holding off, but that's awesome that anyone can watch it anytime now.
Oh yeah.
Marvel's Animation's What If returns for its highly anticipated third season, with daily episodes beginning on December 22nd. So basically, they're going to do like what they did last year. Okay. It was kind of like a Christmas thing. They just released a new episode every day leading up to Christmas.
Fuck yeah.
So that'll be awesome. I need to catch up there. I need to watch that. And I do want to rewatch Daredevil before the new season comes out. And we got Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man joins Marvel Animation lineup on January 29th, 2025. So this is confirmed to be like a prequel to Tom Holland's Spider-Man. So
why wouldn't they have him voice it? Like,
dude, he's Hollywood's it boy right now, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if I'm sold on it yet. I've seen so many origin stories of Spider-Man. I just makes it hard for me to care anymore.
I'm just over it. Like, what new thing are you going to add to this? Like, you know, how are you going to change it this time? How many times does he have to go through the thing? Like, it's just
I'll still be checking it out.
Yeah, I'll end up watching it, I'm sure. I'm just in the line of Marvel animated Spider-Man shows. You know, this just wasn't necessary. We already got it, and they already covered it in the movies. They went through it. We're over that. Like, please. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I guess it's for the kids. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, then we also got some more Daredevil footage, which the release date for that has already been revealed for March 4th. So it was cool seeing more. That's going to be incredible. It looks incredible.
Yeah, I'm really pumped for this. Everything I've wanted out of Daredevil coming back, I feel like we're going to get in this.
Yeah.
Tenfold.
Yeah. And I'm also looking forward to Ironheart, an original live action series from Marvel Television. And this is new information. This debuts on June 24th of 2025. I think it looks good. She was my favorite part of the second Black Panther movie.
Oh, yeah.
So that I'm looking forward to that. And then Red Hood's a really awesome character. The guy playing him was in the last Transformers movie, the one with the Beast Wars characters. He was the main human character. I thought he was good in that. So
yeah.
I think
hopefully
it'd be good.
Continues.
Yeah, Red Hood's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then continuing from there, we got Marvel Animation Eye of Wakanda launching on August 6th. So that was the first footage and the release date they showed of that. I thought that was going to be a live action. But I guess it's going to be animated.
I'll take that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's easier to kick out more information if they're doing animated. You can do more with it, I guess. Yeah. I don't mind it if it's a series, you know. That should be cool.
That's also, where they said, that's where they said Iron Fist is going to pop up, right?
Yeah. I think this might be, don't quote me, but I think this might be jumping through time. The different things that happen in Wakanda. Right. I don't think it's all taking place in the same time period. So I think that's where the Iron Fist stuff comes out.
That could make sense. I mean, like the Eyes of Wakanda, you know, could be different, like pivotal points throughout time.
Yeah, but not much going on as far as information for that, but definitely looking forward to it. Then also from Marvel Animation, Marvel Zombies comes in time for Halloween of October 2025. That's been talked about for a long time. It's awesome that we're finally going to be getting that.
Oh yeah.
They're really crushing it with the animation this year.
Yeah, I was nervous with a lot of that, but I mean, I think the animation's been some of the best stuff that they put on TV, especially the zombies. I'm really stoked on the zombies.
And it's neat, with the exception of that Spider-Man show, all the Marvel animated stuff have the same art style. So it kind of feels like it's together.
Yeah. Oh man, it just feels like everything's about to just collapse on itself into Secret Wars. And I see the vision coming, and I feel it, and I think we're in for a good ride. I think they finally got out of their little rut, and we're back to business now.
Yeah, for sure. So that'll be awesome, especially for Halloween season. That's gonna be perfect. Yeah. And then late, we got Marvel Television Wonder Man original live action series, and that's poised to be released in December of 2025. That's been talked about for a long time as well, so it's cool finally seeing some footage of that. I'm not like super knowledgeable of Wonder Man, but I like the character of what I've seen, and it's different, and I really like the actor that's going to be playing Wonder Man, so I think that's going to be pretty fun. Then having Trevor back is perfect. He's hilarious.
Trevor's one of my favorite like side characters in this whole cinematic universe. He just keeps popping up in the best parts, and this is even more fitting. I mean, as a director or a manager, but I don't know if they're doing something different for like the show's sake. What's his like origin? Like, do you think he's coming into this as Wonder Man like himself already, or is it going to be like a TV persona thing, and then something happens to him and he just takes over the persona of Wonder Man?
The vibe, but see, I think he's already has the powers when he tries to be on the show. That's why he already has that. That's why he gets the part to play the superhero, because he's already a superhero.
So he'd be like an unknown superhero, and he's going to take the mantle of Wonder Man.
My knowledge is super limited, but I know it has something to do with Ultron, Vision's body. Like, I don't know, like the way he got his powers. It's very mixed up with that stuff. So,
well, that'll be fun to kind of learn, see how Marvel does with the TV show.
Yeah. And in the comics, Wonder Man and Wanda were a thing for a big chunk of time too. So they're bringing her back at some point. Maybe they'll have them connect up, and White Vision's still floating around there somewhere. So. Some sort of triangle is probably going to happen.
Yeah, aren't we supposed to get like a TV show? Is that still a thing for White Vision?
It's always been rumors. No one really, it never really said much about what's going on with him.
Strange. I never even knew that was a thing to begin with until the show happened.
Mm-hmm.
So
we'll see. There's lots of loose ends that still need to be tied up in the MCU for sure.
But I think that that's part of the problem with the whole live action. Like, I mean, with the animation, they can do whatever, whenever, for however long periods of time they need to cross. The live action kind of takes a toll because you can only do so many movies, with the same people, and people want to leave their roles or do other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows? Because I haven't really seen anything coming from Paul Bettany in a long time. So maybe he's just been under wraps. Maybe they've been doing stuff. So
yeah, maybe he'll pop up for Secret Wars or whatever, something like that. Or they could be saving him for Young Avengers stuff.
Right. That's true.
Because in the Young Avengers comic, there was a Vision, but he was like a young Vision. And the whole gist was he was killed in the Marvel comics like he was in the MCU. And this is like a backup program of his mind that got turned into the young Vision that was part of the Young Avengers. So I can see this version of Vision showing up and being like their mentor or whatever, if they ever do anything with that.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially with Billy and Tommy going to be showing up now. He probably could see him for all intents and purposes. He's their dad, so I'm sure he knows that they exist. He'll be showing up again.
I'm curious how they handle that. With Tommy going forward, but we'll get into that when we talk about Agatha.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, tying into the news, we got it after that was released. They put out a full trailer for What If Season 3, which is pretty action packed. So we'll go ahead and play that here and react to it.
Always.
I wonder who that is there with
You understand?
Bishop.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Howard.
Oh, that's what's her face's character.
WandaVision. Hell yeah. Midnight. Hype. Avengers mech. Transform into one giant mech.
Dude,
Yeah. Fuck yeah. I wasn't expecting any X-Men to be in that.
dude, go back to 1 minute 39 seconds. I don't know if my eyes are blurry, but can you tell who that is? Funny because we're sitting there talking about White Vision.
I miss it.
Yeah, it was that. Yeah, 139. It'll be the dude in white coming through the ground. Yeah, right after this scene. That right there.
Are those Sentinels?
Yeah, those definitely look like Sentinels to some degree. But that person in the middle, I can't really. It looks like he has a cape and everything, kind of like Vision.
Yeah. Yeah, this looks epic. This makes me really want to bust out that last season. So
Oh yeah,
I'm
the what if
prepared.
has gone hard. I mean, like I was saying, it kind of goes to what I was talking about earlier. Kind of seems like they prepare you for some things, sneakily in this because they
Yeah, I
have
really.
Thunderbolts in it. You know.
I wanted to bring that up too. I really feel like this is going to end up tying into the movies at some point, especially with the multiverse collapse and Battle World and all that shit. These characters are probably going to pop up.
That's what it feels like. That they're just kind of building up these different versions of these other characters, and they're going to show up live action.
Yeah,
like with Chris Evans and Deadpool and all that.
And they keep saying the final episode, like they have something in mind for this. I'm fairly.
Yeah, something's coming. Howard the Duck. I'll always take randomly. Super Sentai Avengers. Fucking
yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Dude. Definitely looking for it.
I do find it polarizing though that all the Red Guardian stuff that they do animated, they's like fit and young, and then the MCU variant, we just have retired like fat version, which is still funny, but but we'll get into that here soon too.
And there was a comic a couple years ago that was like the Mech Avengers, so that's cool that they're bringing that in.
So I also don't. The reason I question it, because if you go to 125, it shows what's her face. I forget her name, which looks very similar to that person coming through. That's what's her face, right? From
Monica's mom.
Yeah, Rambo.
Yeah. And they showed her at the end of the Marvels when Monica wakes up with the X-Men and she's there with them.
Yeah, that's right. So when you go, that doesn't
binary
look like,
is what she called herself.
Binary. Yeah, it doesn't look like the person that was coming up through the ground when I just pointed out when they're standing around those Sentinels and stuff, because there's like a full coverage of the head and there's a cape, but the chest piece kind of looks the same. I don't know. We'll see. That's a whole different thing.
Yeah, that just looks like Vision to me.
Like
because they had him at the beginning here too.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Yeah, that's definitely Vision then, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't even notice that the first time.
So maybe that's why he's been missing. He got lost in the multiverse or something.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. That gives me closer to my question, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So definitely stoked for that. Nice little Christmas thing. And got some more Marvel stuff. They put out a full-on new trailer for Captain America: Brave New World. I think this is the best one so far. Looking forward. We'll go ahead and play this. It looks. I'm really stoked for this. It's definitely giving me Winter Soldier vibes now.
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely seeming to turn into something I'm really interested in.
Here I am. Being controlled somehow for sure.
So hard.
Yeah, dude. It looks so good, bro.
There's something like a little extra added bit watching that, growing up in the area and just like being physically in the places that are in this trailer and watching like Red Hulk be there. It's cool. It's really cool to see.
Yeah. There's a couple interesting little tidbits that I wanted to point out. See if they'll come up here. So the chick that's working with Ross, which first of all, Harrison Ford is going to crush this. He's so awesome already in just the trailers. But that like chick that's with her, people were saying that she was like ex Black Widow.
That's what it feels like.
And it definitely gives that vibe for sure. Let me see if I can find it.
That's as soon as that scene, which is probably what you're looking for in the tunnel, when she like runs up on the wall and like face slams, dude.
Yeah,
like that was, I mean, classic move. We've seen both sisters use that already. So
yeah, and there was one big thing here. Wherever they're fighting around the Celestial that's sticking out of the ground that they haven't talked about since it happened in the Eternals. So like they're finally gonna acknowledge the fucking Celestial sticking out of the Earth.
Yeah, well, I think it's a big point in the movie.
Yeah,
at some point, right, because they talk about adamantium. This could be like a scene of them fighting over the Celestial or something.
That's the hand right there, and then they show the head at another part. But yeah, there's a lot of espionage going on. It looks like Ross doesn't trust Cap. Something's definitely. How the fuck did he become the Red Hulk? First of all, you know,
that's a big question mark for me. Is this going to be something like he doesn't know about that someone like hit him with, like injected him with, and he's not sure of?
Kind of
Because
like,
in that moment, like his face, like when they show him turning, like he looks shocked,
yeah,
like something's happening, to him. It didn't seem like he was under control of that transformation.
yeah, and kind of like, is it Josiah? Is that his name? The guy that was the black cap that was in
Oh,
that
yeah,
takes him out
Isaiah.
there. Like
Yeah,
he definitely
Isaiah.
seemed mind controlled some way, like a sleeper agent, like Manchurian
Yeah,
candidate kind of thing. And maybe that's what
yeah,
they're doing with Ross too, is the Red Hulk.
yeah. He was definitely shook when he was talking to him in that prison cell.
Yeah. I just want to know why he's so against Sam being Cap, like he needs to be, right there.
Yeah, there it is.
That's Black Widow shit for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Like his face right there was like, "What's happening to me?"
Yeah.
Like, he didn't seem like he knew he was about to turn into a Hulk, even though he seems kind of collected during this moment. But I don't.
This is the most we've gotten of the Red Hulk so far.
And there goes the White House, absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, dude. And Sam's like, look at
Yeah, full
Sam,
red eyes.
you
And
gotta remember,
everything.
Sam's just a dude,
Yeah, yeah. There's no super serum going on here. He's just a guy in a shield.
And if he can take a Red Hulk, he deserves to be Cap for sure. Like he deserves to be Cap regardless, but you know what I mean.
I just for some reason I'm getting a Spider-Man trope like going on. Like we're not seeing someone that's also going to be in this scene. Like I can't power scaling wise, I cannot see Sam just beating an out of control frenzied Red Hulk. Like,
Yeah, and that brings up something like all the haters were like, not my Cap. He's like, he doesn't even have a serum. How is he gonna dude, fucking Steve Rogers wouldn't have been able to hand 1v1
Yeah.
the fucking Red Hulk either, and he has
It's a
serums.
Hulk.
What are you bitching about, dude?
yeah. Come on, man. And plus, Steve has also been Cap without serum powers and stuff. Bucky.
Yeah.
I mean Bucky, but still, like I don't know. Yeah, people just want to bitch. They just want to find something to bitch. It's fine. Fuck them. Sam
what I
Cap
think-
has been insane in the
That's
comics.
what I think
so-
makes this so intriguing is like how is Sam gonna beat the Red Hulk?
Right.
Here's the thing though. I feel like them being at odds with each other isn't going to last for very long.
Yeah.
It's like they're made up for the trailer, but they're going to be working together against the real threat
Yeah.
at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting real like Civil War vibes all over again. Like someone's trying to like keep them under wraps, and Sam's just not having it
Yeah.
because he was for the Accords the first time, right? What was he part of the team that signed the papers?
Ross
No,
was
he
like,
wasn't.
"You need to sign the fucking papers."
Oh, that's right. Okay,
Yeah. He's
I couldn't remember.
well at the end.
No, Cheadle was with Iron Man. Never mind.
Yeah.
I mixed them.
Yeah, that's hard.
That's such a good shot.
Reed versus Braun for sure. For that,
Oh yeah.
can't wait.
Yeah, and like you said, I'm curious to like where that plays out in the movie. Like is it something that happens and then he helps him control himself and like he becomes, he doesn't really go through a bad Hulk arc and he just kind of like sides with Cap, or was that
Yeah.
like the finale beater? Because I can't imagine they would put the finale in the trailer, right? Especially introducing a character like that, because that's huge. I mean,
Right.
that pretty much locks in Harrison Ford.
Here's
in the
my
Marvel.
thing. Another thing about the mind control, like in the comics, Red Hulk isn't mindless like Banner's Hulk is. He still has his personality in his mind,
Right.
and stuff. So
Because I imagine, this serum's going to be more engineered. It's probably going to be fine tuned.
yeah,
And you said they're bringing in Betty and everybody from whatchamacallit, right?
I think she was rumored to be in this. Maybe she'll become
So-
Red She-Hulk because
So
she was
that- I
Red
mean,
She-Hulk
if-
around the time that he was Red Hulk. So
Oh, really? No, I didn't know that. That would be interesting. Because, I mean, that's the whole plot point, right? With Ross on the underground. It's like trying to recreate the serum and figuring it all out. And he ends up testing it on himself because he says, fuck it. And,
yeah,
so we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they'll take a different spin with that.
yeah. Looking forward to it though. But that wasn't
I'm
the.
just- No, I'm just glad to get Hulk related lore. They just sidecar for whatever reason, in the legal stuff or with the theme park stuff and all that, whatever. But it's good to actually see it. This is like a good version of what Sony should be doing with the Spider-Verse. We're getting Hulk lore, but we don't have Hulk.
yeah.
But it's still interesting because you bring in other characters.
I can't imagine Bruce isn't in this at some part.
Just some right.
Yeah. So he hasn't been in anything. He's been kept a mystery. We haven't seen him since Shang-Chi when he's like, oh, yeah, come with us.
Right.
Like, who knows what the fuck they're all doing?
Right. And then we got him in She-Hulk, but I mean, he was like there for a second, and then just shows up with Scar.
Yeah.
So Agents of Smash are now on the table. You know.
Yeah, I am with you though. I feel like they're really keeping a lot of stuff under wraps and not in these trailers. So
yeah, it's got to be. I mean, I would be really surprised, like not seeing Bucky cameo or something, like because there's I don't know, with all the buildup from the show. I mean, just for it to like kind of fizzle out, and they have Isaiah, as a standpoint in the trailer, so that's gonna mean something. Maybe Ross is being controlled the same way he is.
Yeah,
you know.
True. Yeah, but yeah. Speaking of Bucky and stuff, this wasn't the only trailer that we got. Kind of roll into this here. I actually haven't watched this because I watched the other stuff. I just figured I'd save it to watch with you. The Thunderbolts special look that they showed at the D23 in Brazil. So we'll go ahead and throw this up here. I'm really looking forward to this too.
I hope it puts Bucky in a better light because I can't imagine he's just full throttle. Like, yeah, fuck yeah. Government agency, can't wait to join that again. Like,
right.
Speaking of Red Guardian, a limo service?
Oh my god. Wait, there's no.
What?
She's just a surprise, I think.
Yeah, wait. Speak of the devil.
That guy is so cool.
Straight Terminator.
Yeah, dude.
Again. The interaction between him and Walker will probably be good.
All the
Wait, that Avengers Tower?
Cheap.
Yeah.
I'm so glad she's back. Century, right?
Yeah. That was a good ass trailer.
Yeah, I'm getting very, very heavy Suicide Squad Marvel edition vibes from this movie.
Yeah, this is going to be good. Not that the other trailers I thought made it look bad. It's just this was what we needed for the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, there's a lot more personality in it. And we kind of got the comedic answer to why there's an asterisk with the name now, because Bucky doesn't agree with it. So they might change it, Yeah,
I'm looking
this
for it.
action sequence was hard.
Yeah. I really like the Thunderbolts. I haven't read a ton of the comics, but there was a big main series that I read for a while. And it was when Luke Cage was basically Bucky's counterpart, where he was leading the villains. That they're like Juggernaut was on the squad.
Oh shit.
I think Venom might have been there. Ghost was on the team in the run that I read, and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool.
Dude, I'm pretty sure that's Avengers Tower.
It is.
Oh, it is? That's confirmed?
Yeah. Because all the news articles are like, we finally find out who bought Avengers Tower.
Okay.
The government.
Pretty dark on this.
The government bought it. Made it Thunderbolts Tower.
That's crazy. She kind of looked like a
I think this is going to hit real hard. I'm looking forward to this. It'll be a perfect follow up to the Captain America movie too.
Yeah.
Like they got the same vibes.
I'm curious, like what kind of time differential we got between the show and this. Like, is this part of his journey? Because he left on a journey of reconciliation, So I'm curious how they spin him into this. If it's just like another agency, just like, oh, you can make up for your sins. We can wipe everything.
Probably what he's trying to do.
Yeah. It's like, you just got to go kill some more people first.
Yeah. What flavor of super soldier serum did you get? The regular kind.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the banner is going to be completely on point with this.
Yeah.
And I'm curious Sentry's role in this, because the only time they show him is here, and then he full of bullet holes with the whole agency in front of him. So they're all looking. So I wonder if this is going to be one of those like, Justice League goes into the Luthor building looking for something to stop something, finds Superman, realizes he's the good guy, and then saves him, kind of situation where they find Sentry and they think they have to like shut him down, where he's actually like being held prisoner, and they like turn the tide.
I can see him becoming the villain of this, but I really hope that they don't right away. Because like in the comics, he was like a hero for a bit before he went all fucking nuts, and they had to shut him down.
Oh, so he went rogue.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, like the whole. It's been a minute, but it was a big part of the new Avengers run, and then some other stuff. But like the whole gist was he was a hero for years, but something happened and he got removed from everyone's memories or some shit.
Right. Shit. Well, hold on 1 second. I gotta go to the bathroom. Damn it. Alrighty. I don't know if it's in my head or not, but I think this heating pad might be helping.
Before we continue, do you want to? I'm going to finish out the last trailer news article and then what's coming out. Do you want to maybe save the Monster Hunter impressions and the wrap up for Agatha for when we record on Sunday?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Well, are we starting to encroach on time a little bit?
We're almost 2 hours in, and then
okay,
we got to start getting things ready for work in about a half an hour. There's not a whole lot. think that'll be good too, because that'll give us more stuff to talk about this weekend.
Okay. Good. I was gonna say also, if you want, we can do this and then finish it tomorrow morning. And I can just compress it, or we can kick it to Sunday, and then I'll actually send you a couple things to add into it.
I don't have anything else for this weekend's episode as of yet.
Okay.
So,
Okay. I'll send you some stuff.
yeah, you can do that, and then whatever else information comes out this week. But I feel like it's going to probably be a slow week for things.
Okay. I can find some stuff. There's been a lot of stuff floating around that I bookmarked.
That works. All right, let's jump back in. All right, but yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. So Marvel's really seeming to get in a place where it's going to be firing on all cylinders for the next year. So I think they said they want they're going to be after this year. It's going to be going to 2 films and 3 series per year after 2025, because they're kind of doing catch up now.
I have a lot of hope for this movie because Red Guardian's already sold in my mind. Yelena's already sold in my mind. Bucky's already sold in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
But Taskmaster, Ghost, and John Walker have some showing to do.
Yeah.
I wasn't the biggest fans of them. I mean, in the context of Winter Soldier, I like John Walker because they made him go like hard immediately. So that was fine. But especially Taskmaster and Ghost, I'm still a little.
We just haven't gotten a lot of them,
right?
Other than just being villains.
So I'm hoping that this gives a lot of personality to them.
Yeah,
going forward. So, and hopefully no one dies. Keep everybody around so we have villains in the goddamn universe.
Yeah, this is a good point. You didn't kill them all off. Now you have a whole movie you can use them for. So
exactly, and continue on if it does good, which I have a feeling it will, because it's good. I feel like it's going to be one of those like parody kind of deals. There's going to be a lot of comedy involved in it.
Which will be a good like palate cleanser after Captain America, I think, because it's both espionage shit. One's really serious. This one seems more fun.
And they could tie into each other somehow. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't have anything really to go on Thunderbolts. So.
Yeah. Something that they're holding back for the trailers for Cap something from that could pop up into this. So who knows?
Yeah. Because after Winter Soldier, honestly, I'd be a little disappointed if we didn't at least see a cameo from Bucky somewhere or something, or like he's on comms or like something happens, like something. Because they got really close. So for there to be like an earth-shattering moment happening, the literal White House explodes and a Hulk appears out of it. Like I can't, Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's, and all the Steve Rogers talk again. Like it's literally like Winter Soldier Part 2.
Yeah.
So, or not Winter Soldier, but Cap and Winter Soldier Part 2. So
maybe that's something we'll show, like how he ends up being involved with the Thunderbolts or something like that.
Yeah, something. A little Easter egg or something.
Yeah. So yeah.
But onward.
Looking awesome. We've got one final trailer here, and it's the official trailer for Secret Level. They showed the teaser a couple months ago that we saw, but this is the full-on trailer, and it looks pretty awesome. So we'll go ahead and throw that one up here. 1 second to cue her on up. Get her going.
They better do my man Titus right.
I'm really looking forward to the Mega Man stuff.
Yeah, I am too. That was Outer Worlds.
Yanu.
I think Mega Man's gonna go hard.
Oh yeah. That looks so good.
I don't know much on the lore of Mega Man, but that shit looks pretty tough. It literally kind of looks like a different variant of the Spartans, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they're still gonna have Concord in this.
Yeah, they got to make every last dollar that they can. Well, I guess there's not even a studio to make it up.
A screen. Damn it. Here we go.
There you go.
Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Keanu Reeves, Tamora Morrison, which is Boba Fett, Emily Swallow, Rookie Whittle, Meryl Dandridge, Adewale Akinoya. I'm sorry. Laura Bailey, Kevin Hart. I'm assuming that's his daughter.
Yeah, I would assume.
Ariana Greenblatt, Gabriel Luna. That's the guy that's Andor, isn't it? Yeah, sure. I think that's Andor. Patrick Schwarzenegger, Claudia DeMount, Clive Standen, and Michael Beach. So yeah, I'm excited for the Mega Man, the Dungeons and Dragons one, the Warhammer. Keanu looks like he's part of the Armored Core story.
Dude, I'm so excited for fucking Armored Core to get some animation. Because I know I've been on a Gundam train pretty much all through this episode, but holy fuck. You think Gundam's awesome? Dude, Armored Core is going to be sick.
I still want to check out that newest Armored Core game that From Software made.
It's so fun.
It looks fun.
If you pick it up, let me know. I have it, so we can play it.
Oh, you have the new one?
Mm-hmm.
I
just haven't really
hard, though.
I got into it and then stuff got in the way. And I just haven't sat down and just continued playing it. But what I played so far is pretty awesome. It is hard.
Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be a good time. I hope they're probably going to drop it all at once. I'm going to bang through that
I
shit.
hope so.
But like Concord's probably going to fall flat. Even if it's cool, like no one's getting any more Concord. They officially shut the studio down, so.
Yeah. There's no hope for that coming back.
Yeah, so but yeah, that's going to be awesome. We'll definitely be covering that for sure.
Oh, yeah, especially since Space Marine. I mean, that continues Titus' story. So,
Dude,
which has me curious for these other, series and context. Will they continue like game stories and stuff? Maybe these will lead into new games.
Yeah, I mean, Outer Worlds 2, that's not even out yet. That's going to be tying into that, and I'm sure that Armored Core is probably going to tie into the most recent game. Yeah. Dungeons and Dragons is always going on, So
I'm pretty stoked to see what comes out of this.
Yeah. I'm curious like how long each episode is going to be. I hope it's not like 15-minute stories for each.
Like actual episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, the production that's been put into it so far, I can't imagine they would shortchange it at this point.
Yeah. So coming not too far off, less than a month away. So we'll know for sure then.
God, I hope I don't have to wait a whole season for the Space Marine.
Yeah,
because it looks so awesome.
Maybe they'll do DLC for Space Marine or something.
Oh, that'd be really cool. Well, I think the studio's already talking about a second one, or a sequel. So
yeah, I saw that they added some new guns in, like a pistol that's pretty crazy recently.
Yeah, Voltic pistol. And I haven't played. Work's just been consuming me.
Yeah,
I haven't really been able. I haven't played the new mission yet. I really want to play, but we'll get into it. I have off tomorrow too, so maybe I'll jump into some games.
I need to bust that out. I think waiting for us all to do the story, the main campaign together is probably, because of all the shit we all are doing all the time, is probably not going to happen. So I think I'm just going to bust out the main campaign. That way we can do the operations, whatever.
All right. Sounds good.
So, but yeah.
Sounds good.
That was it for the news. We've had a lot of news this time. Just want to wrap this up with a couple things coming out this week. I'm going to throw this one in, even though it was today, Sunday. That this came out, Dune Prophecy, which is on HBO. It's a prequel to the Dune movie series, hundreds of years.
Oh, okay.
Before.
Were the movies good? I never really got into Dune.
I loved them. I thought they were really good.
Okay.
I never really watched the old one from the 80s because but I've always been aware of Dune. I have the book. I've never read it, but I watched both of the new movies and they're both really good. So I definitely recommend them. So I'll at least check it out. We got Stalker 2 finally coming out on the 20th, which is an Xbox and PC exclusive, which will be on Game Pass, and sequel to Stalker, which is like in the same vein, I think, of like those Metro games. It's like based on like Russian lore and stuff like that. It's like Apocalypse.
I didn't play that either, so I'm not really familiar.
I did play some of the first one years ago, and I did try playing it again maybe last year or something. So I was looking forward to this, but there's a lot of like camera shake in it. It was like making me queasy. I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'm just gonna wait for the new one to come out.
Right.
I kept getting delayed and pushed because the developers are in Ukraine. So when the stuff happened between Ukraine and Russia, they had to like move out of the country to continue working on the game and stuff like that. So it got delayed a few times.
Like, our old studio got blown up, so we had to, rebuild a whole new studio for this game. That's a lot of hype for a game then. I have to check that out, see what's going on. Support the studio.
Yeah, it's a first-person game, so I'm definitely going to be checking that out for sure. And then just a couple days later, on November 22nd, we got a Barbenheimer situation. We got Gladiator 2 and Wicked dropping at the same day.
I will be in the theater for some Gladiator. I was there for the first one. I will be there for the second one.
Yeah, dude, it looks really good. And I heard some good things. I heard Denzel is like, his performance in this is like peak.
Yeah.
So
I hope so. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. And
Wicked, those movies that I typically don't like movies like when the sequels come out 10 years later, 12, 15 years later, just to kind of cash grab, but I feel like Gladiator is going to be good because how much of a cash grab is Gladiator, right? Bringing it back. So I'm pretty stoked to see what they did with this.
Yeah, so that's going to be awesome. And Sarah loves Wicked. That's like one of her favorites. She's all hyped on it. She's reading the book right now. She's grown up on listening to the soundtrack for the stage play.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to be going to the theaters to see that too.
Nice. Let me know when you guys go. If I can, I'll go with you.
Yeah, we're trying to go this weekend. got screwed up because days with our son got flipped again because his dad had shit to do. So we're gonna see if maybe someone can babysit him and we can go see Wicked.
Word. Keep me posted. Keep me posted.
Yeah. So that's it. Coming out this week's kind of a little bit of a slow week here. Wrapping that up. Yeah. That's all we got this week. We'll be definitely recording next weekend. Got some coverage from Monster Hunter, and we're going to wrap up our thoughts on Agatha All Along. So that'll be pretty awesome.
We'll catch up on a lot of impressions things next week.
Yeah.
And talk about things we've actually touched on.
Yeah. Yeah. We just don't want it to go too long. So we had a lot of news to kind of catch up on and been going on the past couple weeks. But yeah, that was awesome to go over all that. Looking forward to a lot of things here. Yeah. So unless you have anything else that you wanted to bring up. Oh, actually, there was one thing I did want to show before we go. I should have showed it earlier, but I finally got this in the mail.
Ooh, nice.
From his gallery in New York. This is all stuff that they showed off basically for the first time at his art show.
That's awesome. Any standouts? Oh, it's signed too.
Yes, sir.
Sweet.
I'm really a lot of
that
it
just went very high in the collection.
Yeah, like a lot of it is like watercolor.
It's awesome
stuff that he's been doing. It's not all Hellboy, but a lot of it is. But
he's a big creature feature kind of guy. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can tell like just from a lot of skulls and monsters and shit like that. Really awesome. I pre-ordered this like months ago. It was like they weren't releasing it until his art show. Like there was another version of this. It's a different color that they were only selling at that show. And then I found this company online that works a lot with artists, and they do like other art books and stuff like that. But they had to wait. I got this from a company in California by where Mignola lives. Right. They had to wait for him to get back from his art show to come and sign these before they can ship them out. So,
that's awesome.
I'm finally getting it.
I mean, that's a nice touch, trade off, get the exhibit exclusive, but you get them to sign it. So
yeah. It's my first Mignola, my first Mignola signature.
Awesome, dude.
Pretty happy about that.
It. Did they make like cases for things like that? Like, how could you preserve that better?
It did come wrapped in plastic. It's like hardback, and so I think it'll be pretty. I might put it on like a stand of some sort or something, but I want to be able to just look at it for inspiration whenever.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sure that'll be a good one for you.
Pretty stoked about that. So, but yeah, I guess that's everything for this week's episode. As always, we appreciate you listening and continuing to be fans of ours. If you want to keep up with us, you can find me on Maddie_Hill on Threads and Instagram. I've been mostly doing more active there. I did create a Blue Sky account, but I don't think I'm going to be using that. I'm
Blue Sky.
Yeah, it's like a different version of Twitter.
Oh, okay.
That a lot of people have been flocking to, but I think I might stick with Threads since I got stuff going on there. And then where would they be able to find you on social?
Broccoli Sama on Facebook, Instagram. Threads is back. Instagram is back.
And your TikTok?
Oh yeah, the TikTok. I haven't really done anything with the TikTok though. But yeah, and TikTok as well. All that will be coming once I get this job. Everything keeps like chucking me back. Every time I make certain decisions on certain things, something in life happens, and then I have to push it, and then it has to get. So once I get regulated with this job a little bit, it seems to have a pretty solid schedule. So it doesn't seem like it'll move around too much. So once I finally get situated with that, it's going to be full force.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. And then definitely check out our Facebook page, the Broccoli and Smoto Cast. We're posting updates there. And we are looking into, and hopefully soon we'll be getting on audio platforms. There'll be more places to just listen if you want to listen without watching the video, or just listen on whatever platform that you like listening your podcast on. So we'll be putting more information on that once that starts going down, but that is definitely in the works.
I don't know if you noticed, I'm starting to let it grow. I'm letting it go, dude.
Oh yeah.
And I already have gray hairs. It's kind of disheartening.
Hey, I got gray hairs in mine.
Yeah, dude. I figured I'd get a couple inches before.
Hey man, just makes you distinguished.
Yeah. And it'll match the one that's all starting to crawl down the line right there. So
fuck it.
Alrighty, brother.
All right, man. Well, I will catch you later, and I hope you guys all have a good one.
Yep, we reconvene on Sunday.
I'm good.
Talk to you.
Yep, later, everyone.
Peace. Weird, I think my camera's flipped again.
Mm-hmm.
Man, my hand does feel.
That was a goodie.
I need some heat. Yeah, I think I need. Maybe the heat's working. I don't know. I'm hoping it's just like a pinched nerve or something. Dude, I've been having fucking weird. It hasn't happened in a long time, but I had my first continuous dream. in a long time.
Your first what?
Like continuous dream.
I don't really dream much.
Yeah, I was gonna bring up a podcast, but I didn't want to sound like a fucking psycho. But
Have you been out of weed?
I actually one of the kids, he's like 19. He has a buddy that I scored from.
The reason I asked is because smoking a lot of weed suppresses dreams and shit. That's why I was asking.
And it's probably more because of the stress of everything recently. It just got me active. But for the past 2 days, it has been like this. Oh, it's so weird. I can't even, like, it started in my grandmother's house, like from Maryland. And I like went upstairs, and in their house, there's the upstairs is a hallway, and there's like doors on each side or whatever. And I went through one of the fucking doors, and I ended up in another hallway. And it's like been this like you ever seen the video game The Back Doors or whatever, the back rooms or whatever?
I think I might have heard
it's like
of
one of those like multiplayer like horror games.
Mhm.
Like either way, it's just like I keep going through these hallways and weird shit keeps happening. Like in these different it's been it's been weird. And then I woke up with my hand feeling weird and stuff, and it's just been like,
Maybe you're breaking through the simulation.
God, I don't need it. Keep me in the simulation. Keep me plugged the fuck in. I'm fine going to get my coffee every day at this point. It's just weird, dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like I had one of those a long time ago that were like Insidious type stuff. Like I kept going further and further and further. I really hope that's not what's happening again, because my brain doesn't need it anymore.
Keep me updated.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just weird. And then I woke up like halfway through, and then like I felt my hand being weird, and then I went back to bed, and then like it started happening again, and I woke myself up. I was like, oh God, I can't even go to sleep anymore.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I don't know. I think the heat is working. We'll see. I don't really like the whole not being paid from work thing, because apparently this has happened before. I think I know why. I might be working Sunday this week. All right. Anyways, all right. I'll let you go.
All right, man. I will get a thumbnail made for you and send it over.
Yeah, you're good. Take your time. If anything important comes out of me going to that clinic, I'll let you know.
Okay. Sounds good.
I can't imagine. I'm sure it's just probably all in my...
Yeah, just keep me updated.
Yeah, I'll talk to you.
All right, later, man.